yo, it's the Co.
And yo, it's the Cone. And today we have a little all-time underrated starting 11. Pretty simple. As always, 4 defenders, 3 midfielders, 3 attackers, a goalie. We kind of held it to players that we've seen play in our lifetime. It's tough to go off of people that we've never seen before. But just want to give recognition to some people that we think haven't gotten enough recognition in their careers. Marco, you have anything to add before we get going?
No. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna say we are gonna do it one by one because we want to see each other's reaction between the players that we selected. So that's what I want to add. So
Yeah.
we're gonna go goalkeeper, left back, center backs, all that.
Position by position, not group by group. Marco, would you like to get us started with your goalie?
So for my goalie, I have Victor Valdez. 6 league titles, uh, won 3 Champions Leagues. He has 648 club appearances, with 274 of them being clean sheets. He has won a World Cup and a Euro with Spain, but he only has 20 national team appearances, and 12 of them are clean sheets. It was just upsetting to see him be the backup to Iker Casillas the entire time. I feel like he never got his shine. He was always underrated, and that's why I have him as my goalkeeper.
Yeah, unfortunate that he was behind a top 2 or 3 goalie of all time for basically his entire international career. That's a great choice. For my goalie, I have Keylor Navas. He was the starting goalkeeper for Real Madrid's three-peat in the Champions League. Won La Liga, was great for PSG, won the league with PSG, played a bit with Nottingham Forest last year, kept him up, or helped keep him up. I don't think he gets recognized for that three-peat as much as he should, because he was the goalie for that entire run. So yeah, that's my goalie.
That's a great pick, and we saw last year, even with Nottingham Forest, like he was so good against City, he was so good against the other teams. He adjusted very well in the Premier League. Was one of the reasons Nottingham Forest stayed up this year, and just a great pick for club and country. For my right back, I'm gonna start with my right back. I have Sergio Roberto. Has a very famous goal to advance Barcelona. He has 7 league titles with them, 2 Champions Leagues, 457 appearances, just 11 in for the national team. But Spain has had a lot of right backs in their history, and he has never gotten to shine to start in the midfield or even at right back.
Yeah, that's a wonderful choice. He's a Barcelona great in my eyes. It doesn't get recognized too much. For my right back, it's kind of actually to your point. I have Cesar Azpilicueta, a great Spanish defender, right back, won the Champions League, won multiple Premier Leagues, multiple Europa Leagues. I consider him to be a Chelsea great. He just went back to Spain for the first time in 10 years, playing with Atletico Madrid. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I don't think, because Spain have had so many great defenders, I don't think he gets recognized as much as he probably should, and especially what he's done, or what he did with Chelsea is really great, and I think it's worth the right back spot on this starting 11.
For my let's go for the left back. For my left back, I have Javier Zanetti, great left back for club and country for Argentina. He has 5 league titles, 1 Champions League, 858 appearances for club, and 143 for international. Sadly, he never won anything with the Argentina squad, but he has won the Champions League, and not many people have won that.
Yeah, that's a really great choice. For my left back, I have Rafael Guerrero. He's just such a quality player. He's been doing it for 10 years in Liga, in the Bundesliga. He's won the Euros with Portugal. He won the UEFA Nations League with Portugal as well. He's won the German Cup with Dortmund. Obviously, we know about their lack of league titles in the last 10 or so years, which he was a part of, but Dortmund have still done great things, and he's a big part of why they've been successful for so long, why Portugal have been successful for so long.
For my first center back, I'm going to go for the one that doesn't get as much recognition. I'm going to go with Diego Godin. Great player. Great center back. He only has one league title with Atletico de Madrid and all the other teams he's been with. He has 2 Europa Leagues with 628 appearances. He has won a Copa America with Uruguay and 161 international caps. What a great player.
Yeah, Godin is a great. My first center back is Tim Ream. I feel like I had to get an American player in there, and Tim Ream is the perfect example of someone who's underrated. He's been in England for 10 years. He's been quality. It's been about half and half with Premier League and the Championship. He is just so sound. He's really just like safe. He's been a Premier League captain the last 2 years. I don't think that gets recognized as much as people would like. He won a CONCACAF Nations League in 2021 with the U.S. men's national team. Been a mainstay at Fulham for years now, and he's a really big difference maker for them, and just someone that you can always rely on. And I think that's really important, but also something that would then not get you recognized as much because he doesn't go above and beyond. But he always is it's just Tim Ream. It's just who he is. He's sound. You get the same guy every week.
For my second center back, I have a City legend. I have Vincent Kompany. He has 533 club appearances, 6 league titles between the other clubs he's been with and City. He has 89 international caps and also a 3rd place finish at the World Cup. Just a great player. He was one of the reasons City won the title, the 99 to 100 point lead that they had against Liverpool, because of his very beautiful goal he had from outside the box. And yeah, Vincent Kompany is my second center back because of how great he was as a player.
Yeah, Vincent Kompany. I also went with someone that played for City for many years. I have Aymeric Laporte. He's won 5 Premier Leagues with Manchester City, won the Champions League this past year. His role had diminished the last year or two, so I kind of feel like people forgot about him and discredited him a bit. Won a UEFA Nations League with Spain. He's really good. He's been really good for a while. I know he made the Saudi move, which some people consider like giving up, like a retirement type of thing, but I think he's a great player and deserves to get recognized for what he's done.
For my first center mid, I'm going to go for someone who I think is way better than his national team teammate. I'm going to go with Ivan Rakitic. He has 817 appearances with more to come. He has 4 league titles, a Champions League, 2 Europa Leagues. He has 31 goal contributions with his national team with 106 caps. I think he is very underrated because Luka Modric gets all the hype with Croatia, was in a very dominant starting job at Barcelona when they won the treble. Rakitic never got the hype that his national team teammate got, and I feel like he has better stats than Luka Modric, as we can see, and that's why I have him at my first center mid.
Yeah, it definitely feels like he's in the shadows of Modric, but he shouldn't be. He should be right there with him. He's a big reason why Croatia have had success, why he's had success at the club level. Yeah, great choice. My first midfielder is Michael Carrick, now the manager at Middlesbrough. He was a mainstay at United for so many years, won 5 Premier Leagues with them, won in 2008, won the Champions League with United, won a couple League Cups, won the FA Cup. He had an amazing career as a player, and yeah, it's unfortunate that he played around the same time as a Scholes, a Lampard, a Gerrard, so he definitely wasn't in that he wasn't recognized as this top tier midfielder, but he was a great midfielder for a while.
For my second center mid, the one that made me think of this idea is Arturo Vidal. He has 9 league titles, which came in all in the span of 10 years. He has 625 club appearances with more to come. He has 2 Copa Americas with Chile with 138 national team appearances, and I feel like with every team he goes to, he plays so hard. He plays like it's his last game. He plays like he is the best player out there, and he never got a lot of recognition with Juventus, with Barcelona, with all of them, and now he's kind of taking his time in I think it was the Brazilian league, and just enjoying retirement, playing like his last couple games, and yeah, all the hype that he never got.
All right, my second midfield choice is Oscar. I feel like I've talked about him to you at least a good amount. He was a star for Chelsea in his early 20s. I think he was on pace to be an all-time great Premier League midfielder, one of the most talented that I think I've seen ever still, and made that move to Shanghai Port at 25, which some people considered to be similar to like the Saudi moves now, like some of the younger guys going to Saudi, just choosing the money, but there's nothing wrong with that. So I still think he deserves that recognition.
With my last center mid, I have Blaise Matuidi. He has 8 league titles. He has 699 appearances with club. He did win the World Cup. He was on that team in 2018. He has 84 caps. And I remember just seeing him on PSG, on Juventus, just controlling that midfield, playing his heart out the entire time. Even with the French national team, he wasn't the best one out of all of them, but he still played like he was, and he controlled the midfield like he was the captain of the team.
Yeah, I love that choice. My final midfielder is Wayne Rooney. I think he's one of the best Premier League players of all time. I think you can put him in the top 3 or 5, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think just because of the negative bias that most club fans have against United, he kind of gets overlooked and underrated. So, yeah, I mean, he was dominant for, 15, or not 15, but 10, 12 years for United. Yeah, I definitely am very happy to include him in this squad.
My first winger, let's go to the left. I chose Nani. I feel like he never got a lot of hype in that United team. He never got a hype in the Portugal team. He has 4 league titles, a Champions League with them, 857 appearances with club. He was on the 2016 Euro team with 112 international caps, and he was one of the main parts of the Portugal run in 2016.
I also had Nani for my first attacker. Like you said, a bit overlooked for United, a bit overlooked for Portugal, but he had and is still having a great career. 100 goals and assists for United, won the Champions League, 3 Premier Leagues, the Euros in 2016, like you said. He's a big part of that, and yeah, he didn't get the attention that he deserved.
For my right wing, I have Frank Ribery. He had 9 league titles, a Champions League with Bayern. He has 632 club appearances, and he was kind of a regular in the France team before they started becoming the powerhouse they are right now. He had 81 appearances with them. I just remember how he controlled the right side the entire time. Him with Iron Robin were just the dynamic duo to have on your team. He controlled that Bayern team just so perfectly. He would always get me so mad because he was so good. Now I kind of appreciate it because I got to live with a legend of the game.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's a really great person to put in the team. My second attacker, I have Neymar. You may think Neymar is one of the best players of our generation. Why would you put Neymar there? I feel like people don't realize how good he was. I mean, he played in the Brazilian league and was top 10 in Ballon d'Or voting. I mean, that's incredible. Goes to Barcelona, dominant, wins the Champions League, makes the big money move to PSG. The injury problems start to show up, starts to always not be available around New Year's and around his sister's birthday every year, makes the Saudi move, and I feel like that causes people to forget that he is the third best player of our generation. There's Ronaldo and Messi, who put it either way you want, it doesn't matter. Third is Neymar. It just is. And yeah, I don't think he gets that credit, and he absolutely deserves it.
I have someone who is still in this game, who's still playing, who's still dominating. I have Aidan. He has only one league title, and that's with the 2012 City lineup, but he has 734 appearances with club, 327 goals, 148 assists. He is the regular starter for Bosnia with 129 international caps, 64 goals and 26 assists. But he was just very dominant on the City team, and even with I think it's Roma he's in right now. He is very dominant. To any team he was in, he was very dominant. He knew how to score goals. He knew how to find players to assist him, and he never got the hype that Aguero got at City, that Tommy Abraham's getting right now, that most of the players that he played around got.
I like that. Legend of the game. My final choice, my striker, is Miroslav Klose. I believe he still has the most World Cup goals of all time. So international legend. Won the World Cup in 2014 with Germany, won the German Cup, won the Bundesliga a couple times, is really underappreciated for what he did, especially at the international stage. I mean, it feels like every time the World Cup season comes around, you see a post or two about him, but imagine if Messi was the all-time international goal scorer after he retired. There'd be posts about it all the time. Even like every single international break, you'd be like, just a reminder, Messi is this. You don't see that with Klose as much. And yeah, being the all-time World Cup goal scorer is, for most people, probably the greatest feat that you can accomplish as a goal scorer. So yeah, really underappreciated, underrated, and he's my striker. Well, guys, that's all from us. Make sure to like, comment, about all that. Marco, you got anything for us?
Just comment any players that we missed out, any players that you think are underappreciated or underrated in any position.
That's all from us. Until next time. See you guys later.